Hey guys, it is Nicole again. Second review out of 4 that I'm doing for you today. So keeping with my streak and my series my love of series. Wow, I can't speak today. Sorry. I am reviewing The Death Cure by James Dashner. Of course, as you know, I've already done the reviews, or I should have already done the reviews for The Maze Runner and The Scorched Trials, which I thought were both pretty fantastic books. I really do like this series. I didn't realize this was actually the last book technically, and that there's another one which I cannot remember the name of course, now that I'm making the video finally, but there's another one that they highlight, or James Dashner has talked about, but that's actually a prequel to it all. Still debating if I want to read that. I'll let you know why as we move through. So, Death Cure, we leave off with our friends here. Finally made it out of the Scorched Trials. And of course, because life hates them, they're now in this other facility. It is the Wicked official facility, it seems. Everybody's getting split up, and, you know, it becomes this big deal, like, oh, we need this from you, we need that, and everyone's like, oh, okay, and then it turns into, they're presented with the idea that they're going to get their memories back. And so everyone's kind of like, oh. And there becomes this huge divide, and people like Teresa are like, oh, yes, we need our memories. Wicked wants us to have our memories back, then we have to do it. And then you have people like Thomas and Newt and Minnow, and they're just kind of like, this isn't right, something's wrong with this, I don't think I want my memories back. Especially Thomas, because, you know, throughout the story, or throughout the series, we've learned that Thomas and Teresa had some kind of responsibility in bringing these guys here. So they don't want to remember those people, and I think I'd understand that. If I was a terrible person in a past life, I don't think I'd want to know that. I mean, I would, but then I wouldn't. And, so that becomes the divide, and it's really interesting to see how that just turns into a whole big blow-up. And of course, then it turns into, you know, just what the heck is going on in the outside world right now, and they're finally reunited with reality, or what the world is presently like, and it's not a pretty picture, of course. We also get a lot of background on the sun flares and the disease and how it's affected people, and, you know, kind of the history on it. It's very interesting to see, and it's just really crazy. That's probably the biggest thing for me. Just this whole series, I just sat there and I was like, what the heck? And I would just get so frustrated because it felt like at the end of every book it was like, nope, just kidding. They're right back in hell of some sort. With this being the final book, it's not really that they're in a hell. There is an ending of sorts. Don't want to spoil it too much for you, or at all, if you haven't read it yet. So I'm going to backpedal on that one. But I loved it. I really did like it. I wish there was more. What I will say about the ending is I wish there was something more to it. I felt like the way the book was going up and down with the action, and then the calm times and the planning and the what the heck, and, you know, they had all those little moments and they were like, oh, I figured it out, smack in the face. No, you didn't. The ending just kind of seemed like, beep, done. Like, that to me, just after so much action, it doesn't work for me in a story. If it's a story where it's more calm, and not that I read a lot of calm stories, but if it's one of those where it's more relaxed, it's not constant action, it's not like it's not an action-adventure novel, like you could say The Death Cure is, then it works to just kind of have a ending. But when you're the Maze Runner series with the finality of The Death Cure being the last book, and this is the last time we're going to see these kids, and we're going to know what really happened and everything. Just not... The ending let me down in a way. Also, certain characters just really killed me what happened to them. And it's not even death that happened necessarily, because I bet about you guys are going to go, oh, you ruined it. You said the characters... No, I'm not. There are some characters, obviously, that'll die. There are characters that are dying in every book, fun fact. So it's not that. Some characters just go through changes that I don't feel like there's just some character. Oh, I might have to make another video on this. Just not to spoil it for those of you that are in the process of reading Death Cure, but there are some characters that I'm just like, no, why would you do that? And then there are other characters that I'm like, why? But, you know, in the end, I accepted it, mostly because I had to. I still thought the book was pretty great. If I could just fix the ending, change some character plot lines. Just kidding, that would just change the whole book. Really, though, I did enjoy The Death Cure. I thought it was a great book. Overall, great finality to the series. I do not know if I'm going to read the prologue book. I have some other books that I have to get done right now, and then I have school stuff, so we'll see. Probably when it comes to, like, summertime for me, I'll check it out, maybe. But, again, out of my 5-point scale, I think I'm gonna give this one a 4. You know, I'm not happy with portions of it, but, you know, it still deserves a 4. It is great writing in my perspective. So check out The Death Cure by James Dashner, the final book to the Maze Runner series of awesomeness. Just kidding, the title's Maze Runner series, don't get confused. I might even, too, I don't know if I'm going to see the movies. Recently I caught up on parts of the Maze Runner, not like the full movie. I'm not sure. I've heard it goes off book a little bit, and that kind of breaks my heart, because the cast looks amazing, but I don't know. So, just random updates. Anyways, 2 more book reviews to come out. So, hang tight, and thank you as always for watching. Bye, guys.